if you look here on the left, there's a bad friend. I've had a lot of problems with this car over the last couple of weeks, and the first thing happened was when the driver's side windscreen jammed on high, couldn't get it down. So what I had to actually do with this, before we go and see our good friend, I'll just show you this part. What I had to do was pull this door panel here, and then pull all the guts out of that inside of the door there, clean her up. Finally got it going after a couple of hours. That was all right. Get back here. I just sort of squatted down like this, like so, right next to the car here, and I'm just looking at the trim. And all of a sudden I heard this double click from the remote. And what happened then was it sealed that door over there. So in other words, the central lock can come down, and it's got some sort of a safety feature in it where it actually totally locks the door. After that happened, I just couldn't get that door open. I tried everything. I tried it from the outside, inside, try and pull in the button up there at the same time while pressing the remote. Tried everything I possibly could to get it going. No luck whatsoever. Next choice was to head to a forum and see what they come to. You know, when they had experienced it, because that's probably, you know, a good idea to do with these sort of cars because they're getting on a bit now. So anyway, got onto that forum, went through heaps of threads, and then the only couple of people that had sort of done any good with it, the only way was to come into it, remove the passenger seat, remove the door trim where you'd have to break the seal there at the edge there because you couldn't get into it because it's screwed in from there, break that panel there off, then go into the door with a chisel and chisel out the lock from the inside and then get it out that way. So I figured that there, geez, I thought this is going to cost me several $100s to do this, a couple $100 to buy the door lock, and if I have to go and get it to a mechanic, all the trouble there. So in the end I just left it here and decided as a last resort, oh bugger, I might go and I might just put a new battery in the remote. So that was all right. Put a new battery in the remote, come out and tried it again. That didn't work either. Disconnected the main battery, still nothing. And this has been going on for a few days. In the end I thought, oh, stuff it. And I didn't worry about it then for a few days and just let it sit there for 3 or 4 days. So then I come back out again and I thought, I'll give it one more go. So believe it or not, I came out and give it one more go, and then all of a sudden the button popped up over there, and I thought, geez, the door's unlocked, and I ran around the other side, unlocked the door, left it open, and then after that pulled that panel straight out of it and disconnected the plugs of the central locker totally. So as it is now, I mightn't have central locking, which is no big deal, I never use it in the first place, and I can just close the door. And when you look at it, like if you had anything to do with owning convertibles, and I've had maybe 50 of them, the fact is, if anyone wants to get into a convertible car, they just have to come up to the cloth roof here, rip it open, and then go into it like that, unclip it either side, and you can get in there and do whatever you wanted to it. So, you know, it serves not much purpose anyway. So that's the bad point. Let's go over to the good point. So the good point is, you know, I was looking along here, and we're looking for a good friend now. Now lately I've been on the, I had a quick ride in the GB and a scooter there, and I've been mainly on the V-Strom. But, you know, my old friend here, look at this. Now this one here really is a good friend. I've had a lot of good times on one of these, and I think I went back to my channel there, and it's 2 months since I've had this bike out. So I figure, you can tell it's been sitting there for 2 months, look at all the dust on it. I figure I might take that bike out there for a bit of a run around and give you an impression on this bike after not being on it for 2 months, and we'll see what I think of it after that. So first off, 2 months, hasn't been started. We'll have a kick and see if it'll start. For a start, I won't be going anywhere. Look at that. Even that surprised me. I didn't think it was going to start. I thought I might have to use a battery tender, but no, look at that, idling away, no trouble whatsoever. Just put the indicator off. So I'm in business. We can go out and we can take this for a bit of a run. Okay guys, we've just pulled over here now. setting up the camera, and we'll take this little classic 350 Reborn, bit of a run along the road here. So fairly warm out here today. You can hear the cicadas there belting out of tune. I think they run at a very high decibel. So what we're going to do is run a little bit of dirt. I've already been on the bitumen. Bike's running well. So we'll just take her up here. Used to be a lot of rabbits around this road here once, but look at the grass out that way. It's just that high here. You'd never be able to see them. So anyway, let's go. Oh, magpie there. So we're just going to do a bit of a run up here, cross from one road over to the other, dirt track that is. Look at this hole there, you wouldn't want to fall down that one. Yeah, so the, you know, like I said earlier, before we come out on this one, we'll just see how this goes, and at this stage, the Classic 350 Reborn is really good to be back on after a couple of months break. Just shows you how good the bike is. You have to be a bit careful on some of these blind corners here, because you never know when a car's going to come around and wipe you out. So you have to be a little bit careful. But I'll just take it easy up along here, because I'm just checking audio levels, see how things are going. But after a 2 month break on it, there's no doubt about the Classic 350 Reborn is just a really nice bike to ride. And what I mean by that is, as soon as you get on it, it just feels really old school compared to the other bikes I've got. So, you know, there's just a real bit of a nostalgia ride about it. So that's the main thing, what I find. Each time I get on it, it really is just like a trip back in time. So if you're chasing the early days, or years gone by, you won't go wrong with one of these. At the moment I'm running Moto's Tractionator tyres on this one. On the dirt they wobble around a little bit, but you know, I haven't started fooling much with tyre pressure or anything. I'm just out here checking her out. So overall, it's a good experience for me there. Then if you want to move it along a bit, you know, you can set the pace. Rides the bumps really well too with these tyres. So that little bit of a dirt stretch is gone, and we will head out now, a little bit along the bitumen, go down a bit further, next lot of dirt. You have to be a bit careful here, because once again we're on a 100 km/h road around here, so when you swing out of these, 2 cars coming this way, you have to watch all this loose gravel here when you take off too. You could find yourself in trouble. Anyway, a couple of kilometres we're going down further, and we've got a nice little windy road down there. Okay, we're going to swing to the left now. All clear behind. Go hard on the anchors. Brakes are working good. Look at this, another car just coming out as I go around. All down, I should say. This is a fairly rough, winding little track, but you you know, it's a nice area to ride, but so many potholes here on this road. The only thing I've got to do to this, the only thing I could do to this bike, I feel at the moment after being off it for 2 months, might have been a good idea if I checked my tyre pressure, one, and number two, I really think I need to adjust the clutch. See, the wind's strong, wind's virtually blowing me back on the bike. I could have set the power on the handle and there's enough to throw me back along the seat, but I've only got 20 horsepower, but 20 horsepower is enough. It's more like an extremely windy day today. Really good when you get out on the back road. You can smell the pine trees and the gum trees and everything else like that, especially if you're just using a open face full helmet, just wearing sunglasses. Wild little area down here. Okay, we're on the dirt now. Woo there, boy. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I'm running these no-toes Tractionator Adventure tyres. What I find, they're not bad on the dirt, but out on the seal stuff, up around that, there's some loose gravel on this road, you know, off-road tyres or not, you've got to be a bit careful. Yeah, what I found that when you're riding around out on the road, the tyre pressure might go this way. Yeah, so when I'm riding east out on the road, sitting on 100 kilometres an hour, I find that the little bit of a wobble comes into the bike at around that 100k an hour mark, and also these tyres do a little bit of humming. So, you know, might be a tune you like or it might not. We've had that much rain in the area lately that all the roads or tracks are knocked around a fair bit and they're really rough. I was down this road a couple of months back and it wasn't bad, but today it's really rough. You can just see where the rain sort of pissed down and chopped the track around. Look here. Oh well. But like I said, you've got to be a bit careful around these roads because these local farmers that live in along these, sometimes they don't show much respect and all of a sudden they'll swing around the corner at bloody high speed, and if you're not careful you'll find yourself in the scrub because they naturally think they're the only ones on the road. But these roads are in really pretty shitty condition. But one good thing about the new tyres, they soak up the bumps pretty well. I don't even have to get off the seat, I just ride straight over it. Looks like they've closed it now. That's a stock paddock there. down to me right, I once went down there on Classic 500. Pretty wild country down there. We'll go up here. Turn around here because that's private property there. Swing around, head back.